Yo, what up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego. And we back. 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. Hey. We back up in it. Yeah. What's up? Where y'all at? Where y'all from? Tell me where you at. Where you at? Where you from? Let's do the Boxingego roll call. We gotta warm the mic up one time for you. Gotta warm the mic up one time for you. Smash the like button. We about to talk about it. Floyd versus Khabib. We gotta talk about all this. Y'all still asleep? We got a lag. The audio is fucked up. Who else is having that problem? Wow. Hold on. Let me see what y'all talking about. Yo, what up, Fight World? Yo, what up, Fight World? Hold on. Yo, what up, Fight? Oh, shit. Hold on. Yo, is it still too crazy? What about right now? Why is it fucking... Hold on. No, they're saying that they're saying it sounds... It's... Hold on. Yo, what about right now? Ali oxen free. Yeah. Hold on. What about right now? That's too loud? Too loud or too quiet? Hey, they mad already. Somebody said, bitch ass nigga. Out of nowhere. Bitch. Yeah, you the one on the internet talking crazy. So, you know, that shows who the real bitch is. We back in business? Hey, where y'all at? Where y'all from? Tell me where you at. Where you from? They want to hate so bad. Send your address. Yeah, let me put my address on the internet, you fucking moron. These dudes are stupid. I'm in NorCal every day. Every day of the week. And I'm a vlogger, so I'm at the fight. I'll beat your ass. Alright, that's what's up. Shout out to Sacktown. How about you put, hold on. You put your address on the internet. What's your address? Put your physical address. Nah. Hold on. Fuck the roll call. Put your address up on the net. Put your address on. I'ma screenshot it. Where's your address? Baldwin Park, Cali. Hold on. That motherfucker put the old lady address on shit. Hold on, we gotta screenshot him. It's there, bitch. Come get it. Bruh, who are you? Hold on, we'll screenshot it. Yeah. Baldwin Park, Cali. He lying like shit. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you up out of here. I'm not even finna argue with you. Sorry about that. We had to clap it. I had to get rid of him. He wanted attention so bad. he gonna put some old lady address or some shit. Motherfucker. Alright. Sorry. Back to our regular scheduled program. Where you at? Where you from? Tell me where you at? Where you at? Where you from? City, state, zip. Let's get it. Hey, who the fuck keep putting skirt? You about to get skirted about of here. Put skirt one more time. Okay. They trying to troll early in the AM. We got it. I got you. I caught 2 bodies already. Let's go. You see how they do? They want to interrupt my shit. Shout out to Puerto Rico. He said that's the Walmart address. Hold on. Tell me you didn't look up the address and it shows Walmart. Is that real? Hold on. Did somebody actually type in that address? Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. I follow you on IG, but you post questionable shit. Nobody give a fuck about you. JG, nobody give a fuck what you talk about. Don't follow me. I never asked for you to follow me. You know, and it's like that. What you talking about? They on that bullshit. Oh yeah, man, I followed. Don't follow me then. It's that simple. I didn't ask you to follow me. We gotta restore the peace, man. We gotta restore the order back in here. I leave for a couple days. Motherfuckers think shit is sweet when we get back. Nah. Hold on. Hey. Yo, we got chicks in the living room getting it on. They ain't living till 6 in the morning. 6 in the morning, Patron and I'm yawning. Something. Let me stop. Hold on. My vocals, we still way too high. Hold on. I'm trying to adjust this shit for you because I keep seeing I'm peaking like crazy. I apologize. Here, yeah. I found a culprit. Hold on. What about right? Hold on. Yo, I said, ooh, chi wally wally, you bang bang, ooh, chi wally. What about that? My shit was going dumb, peaking crazy. What about now? That shit was up like way too loud. See, I remember hold on. Sorry about this. We good? Yo, bust it. Mic check, 1, 2. We working? I'm cancerous, so in the dish you wouldn't want to answer this. If you responded back with a battle rap you wrote for cannabis. Yeah, okay. I had to make sure we back. The haters is back, so I had to make sure we back. Yuck. See, I remember I tweaked a bunch of shit because y'all was like, oh, it's too low, man. I remember I turned up a lot of shit and I'm like, y'all really can't hear? I remember I did it for a particular stream and then now it's just all blown out. Motherfuckers saying I sounded crazy. That cap is sick. Yeah, we got it coming soon. Haters, they mad. Them Eminem bars. Let's get it. I'm cancerous, so in the dish you wouldn't want to answer this if you responded back with a battle rap you wrote for cannabis. Let's get it. Haha. Alright, I'm feeling good. The kid is back, man. Let's get it. Man, the haters came back like a motherfucker. Did you miss me? Y'all miss me that bad? Alright. We working. Check it. Back in it feels good to be home. I like traveling, I love what I do. But it feels good to be at home. Feels real good. Shout out to Ego Army. Smash the like button. We working. The haters still mad. I saw you repping in Omaha. Yeah, man. These dudes be weird. I was on, I guess, Fight Hype had a video. I was in the background. And I seen somebody send me screenshots. Motherfuckers was like, yeah, Ego looking beefy and Ego looking portly and Ego this and like just straight up dudes looking at another man and like judging him or whatever. But we working. We not moved by none of that. Yeah, just go look. The video's on there. They like, look at Ego looking, he look big. Look at Ego. I'm not no little ass fucking chocolatito, you know? I'm not no little Hershey Kisses, chocolatito and all that. I'm not no little small dude. Petite and shit. These dudes be judging. It's crazy, man. Ever since I got a boxer, this shit is crazy. Like, men be really like sizing up men. But when I'm at the fight, it's never nothing. Like, no, you know, I don't go looking for issue or trouble, but it's like motherfuckers on the internet. I see, like, you know, like they, basically I see what women go through. And it's really crazy because I'm definitely ain't no woman. But how's everyone doing? We're going to start this week off right. Get it cracking. I just seen this. Paulie Malignaggi, he quoted Conor's coach for a boxing fight. And he said, can't keep my name out their mouth. You look tall, 6'3", 6'4", taller than that. I told you, I'm not, like I said, a bunch of dudes looking at dudes. I'm Godzilla out here, man. Real brother. I'm not quite 6'6". Hey, real brother, they be weird. They be like sizing me like I'm really Godzilla and shit. What else y'all? I wear a size 15 shoe. What else y'all need to know about me? Motherfucker, we're not running from nothing. We out here. Nah, I don't hoop. I YouTube. That's what I do. Jeff the producer, $5 super chat. Great interview with SOG. Thanks, brother. Yeah, it's an honor to work, you know, just to be from this area and have a representative like Andre Ward, well-spoken, you know, always in shape. And see, a lot of people can learn from Dre. You know, I learned from Dre, and I'm not even the fighter. I'm not even the fighter, and I learned from Dre. The dude, literally, I've never seen him, like, pause, obviously. I've never seen him when he was, like, crazy out of shape. And he's not even an active fighter. This motherfucker is retired. He's retired. Just had a kid. You know, like, I know some of you, what does that have to do? Having a child, what does that have to do with anything, ego? Well, the reason I'm saying that is because I know a lot of friends, like, guys I know, like, partners and shit, and they had kids, and their girl got pregnant, and then they gained hella weight. You know what I'm saying? That's not what happened. He just had a kid not too long ago, and he's still in shape, you know? Have y'all noticed that? Like, when a guy's girl get pregnant, they get pregnant too? They be getting big as fuck. Like, damn, what you on your third trimester? Your third trimester? Motherfucker. Y'all both pregnant. You and your girl. Shit. Like, damn, Danny. Damn, Daniel. Damn. You be ready to your boy and he pregnant. Both of y'all pregnant. Like, you pregnant. Both of y'all pregnant, bitch. That shit crazy. Y'all both been at Baskin Robbins. Damn, Daniel. See? Chin smoke. He said, true, I gained almost 15 pounds. See, that shit be creeping up on you. Hey, Tyler, you hate, man, them Butterfinger BBs. She said she, from the back, I ain't never had that. She said she do some little stripes for a little piece of change. We going to talk about Khabib. I'm going to talk about whatever the fuck I want to on my channel. You're going to sit there and watch it or leave. Samuel, hardcore rapper, but he's Samuel. Listen, you guys don't dictate. You don't dictate this. You gonna sit there or you gonna leave. Those are your two choices. Let's get it. These dudes. Peace. Okay, bye. See ya, Sir Douglas. See ya. Motherfucker named Sir Douglas. Sir Elton John and shit. You ain't been knighted. Khabib flawless victory. I'ma sit here. Okay then. Like, can we let people join and get, like, trust me, I talk about everything that I say on my titles. Hey, FN got bars. Let's get it. All right. Since y'all wanna, he was crying in there. Since y'all wanna cry, Floyd Mayweather, he posted a response to Khabib Nurmagomedov calling him out. Right? He basically, let me read it verbatim so you guys don't say that I said something false. So Leonard Ellerbe, just to give you guys a backstory, World Boxing Super Series is going on. It's a tournament, the first leg of it. One of the Mayweather promotion fighter, Andrew Tabiti, he won his fight in Russia. Like, that's where the tournament was held, or that portion of the tournament, and he won. So Leonard Ellerbe was in Russia along with, you know, Dwan Blake and Mayweather Promotions, right? And they went out for the fight, and in there, I guess Khabib's back at home, you know, and he was there, and Leonard Ellerbe did a video with him, and Khabib called out Floyd. Floyd responded, boom. I made a video about it, boom, check it on the channel. It says, Khabib Nurmagomedov challenges Mayweather to a fight, there's only one king. Floyd said, CBS, Showtime, and MGM Grand. Get the checkbook out. Go to Leonard Ellerbe, his page, to follow and view what Khabib Nurmagomedov, he's challenging me. Let's make Las Vegas great again. So he making it sound like, right? He making it sound like he's down to fight Khabib Nurmagomedov. Right? I don't know if he would be bringing him into boxing. I don't know if he would go to the MMA, which is something that he's talked about. I don't know if it's just for publicity. Who was joking? What are you talking about? Who is joking? I don't get what you're saying. Steve-O's pre-party sessions. Ego, you're the worst person I have ever heard talk about combat sports. Well, you're the worst fucking speller that I've met. You said Ego, you're the worst. You spelled you're wrong, and you spelled worse wrong. You used the wrong worst. Worst is supposed to be W-O-R-S-T, and you is supposed to be like you are, apostrophe R-E. So Steve-O, just like your name, you a jackass. And you're the worst speller that I've ever seen. Fuck you talking about? Why do they come? Listen, why do you come to my channel if it's the worst? It doesn't even make sense. Why are they in here? Why? Oh, you're the worst, but I can't stop watching ya. You're so bad. You're so bad I have to watch. You don't have to be here. I never understood that with y'all. I'm the worst person, and I know you full of shit. I'm bad. Okay, I'm terrible. What the fuck is Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith? If I'm the worst person to talk about combat sport, what the fuck is Skip Bayless? Let me know that. What is Skip Bayless? What is Stephen A. Smith? If I'm the worst person to talk about combat sport, blasphemy. LeBron James. Like, what the fuck? He be bringing up basketball and shit. We talking boxing. What y'all talking about? You just mad because I run the game now. We control the narrative. Death Row East. See how he just... Man, let me block this clown. Shout out to Ego, my first subscribed YouTube channel. Salute. See, the people show love, and then we just randomly get haters. Like I said, Steve-O is a jackass, and know that. Hold on, let me get him out of here, because he's scared. He ain't even responding. They just be doing these little drive-bys. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Hey, you got to do something, Steve-O, dude. Yeah, can't be too good, guys. I chose to be the bad guy. Fuck it. Why they start with me though? But anyway, Mayweather Khabib. I don't know if it's legit, like literally a fight that could happen, but money talks. You know, money talks. Khabib ain't never made nothing. Even with Conor, he never even made Conor's paychecks leading up to the Mayweather fight. So you know, who knows? He might be willing to do a stand-up boxing fight only. Because Conor McGregor at least made real good money, like with the Nate Diaz fights and stuff like that. He was probably the highest paid person in the UFC, you know. So Khabib ain't his biggest paycheck. He didn't even get the check because of what transpired after the fight. Khabib's biggest paycheck in the UFC is $2 million, and they didn't even give him his check because he jumped out the octagon. So, you know, realistically, Khabib, his biggest check, he never even received. You know what I mean? He never even got his biggest paycheck. I'm sure he'll get paid at some point, but he has to go through a hearing. So they like garnish his check, or, you know, they're going to garnish it or withhold it or whatever they're doing. He ain't, to my knowledge, he hasn't even received his check. So Khabib's biggest paycheck ain't even his biggest paycheck because he didn't even get the money. You know, so, you know, money really talks. He probably do it for 10 million and some corn nuts. You know what I'm saying? Because he hasn't made nothing even remotely like close to what like Conor made pre-Floyd. I think he has his title, but he hasn't received his paycheck. Even if he hasn't received the title, Dana White said he will have the title. They're not gonna like strip him or whatever. Bottom line is this: Floyd Mayweather is a marketing genius. Whether he's serious or whether he's not, he knows that he's a capitalist. Like he knows how to take these situations and capitalize on them. You know what I mean? Simple. He finds the fighters that are hot and somehow links his name to the situation, and it gets him buzzing. This dude is retired, and as soon as Floyd drops something, it makes the most noise. Period. Whether it's true, whether it's false, you know. Remember he was doing all them UFC disses, like he's about to fight in the UFC, and people, they kept talking about it. What happened. Excuse me. What happened to that? What happened to that? What did he say? You never know, Patty. What did he said? Something Patty, and he got in the octagon like he finna. What are the odds, Patty? What are the odds? Or whatever the fuck he was doing, you know? Jumping in the octagon, and people, oh shit, Floyd got his shirt off in the octagon. You know? It makes noise. What are the odds, Patty? What are the odds? Yeah, all that. What happened to that? You know? So either way, it's smart. It's smart because he takes these little events and he rides the wave. You know, he gets the I guess the arrow's pointed at him. So I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what happened. That's what, you know. And some things, I feel like some things that, even if they're far-fetched, you got to look at the game now. Even if the things are far-fetched, if the public wants it and it gains enough traction, shit's possible. Because people thought Conor McGregor versus Floyd was a pipe dream. They're like, no way. How would this work? One's an MMA fighter, one's a UFC. I mean, one's a boxer, one's an MMA guy, right? So people were skeptical of that, and then they got it together. Even Mayweather Pacquiao, 2 different networks and all the challenges, drug tests, all that stuff, that potential problems that they ran into, and then they made it happen. So, you know, I think even these situations nowadays that seem unlikely, if it gains enough traction and the money's speaking, then it could be likely. Like, for example, you look at Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence. Everyone was like, bullshit, Mikey don't want to fight Errol. But then now you hear Showtime execs talking about the fight and talking about making the fight. So it's definitely a possibility. You know, Mikey's the one that threw this out there. Nobody was talking about Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence. So if it gains enough traction, then the networks, they see a market for it, and it's possible for sure. So I don't know. I don't know if Khabib and Floyd could really fight, but I wouldn't put it past it if they can make it, especially since the UFC is thinking about like banning one of Khabib's buddies. You know, and if they do that, he say he leaving the UFC. I don't know the legal stuff, you know, being in contract with the UFC, but Ego, what do you think about Spence moving weight classes to try to get a fight? No, you know, I think that's ridiculous. I think that's like, we as fans have to unite. Why the fuck is a guy who can make weight and make weight without, like to my knowledge, Errol Spence don't be missing weight and weighing in naked and stuff. So if he can comfortably make the weight, or as comfortable as possible to the point where he's making it and we don't know the struggles that he goes through, then why does he have to move up immediately instead of unifying like he wants? Because other people, I think more so the boxing fans, you need to unite and put pressure on the guys to fight the Errol Spences, the Luis Ortizes, the Deontay Wilders, you know, not, oh, the guy move up. Like, you know, it's like why? That's like some girl getting raped and then we send the girl to jail for getting raped. You shouldn't have wore that top, that low cut top. Why would the victim, why would the girl who got raped be sent to jail? Like, I'm not talking about like some scandalous shit where the girl claims she was raped and wasn't raped. I'm talking about a girl who actually got raped. You know, she didn't do anything, got raped, and, you know, a person forced himself on the girl, right? Why would the girl who got raped go to jail? You know? So I don't really believe in punishing the person who's the victim of the circumstance. So people need to step up and fight Errol Spence, period. Why should he have to move up before he needs to because he can't get a fight? Same thing they did with Guillermo Rigondeaux. You know, this motherfucker had to move up and fight a 2-time Olympic gold medalist 2 divisions above him in Lomachenko because he couldn't get no work in the division above him. because a multitude of guys from Leo Santa Cruz, Carl Frampton, Scott Quigg, Abner Mares, none of them look like they were dying to fight Rigondeaux. That's not how it should be. You know, these people should be looking for the smoke. You should want to prove that you're the best, you know, period. Over time, that should be everybody's goal. Like, I'm in this YouTube game. I want people to respect it. Like, when it's all said and done, like, I feel like I'm going to go down in this game, like in this history of the game, you know? And everybody should want to feel like that. I mean, what are you in it for? Like, what am I in it? That's why I never understood. When I was coming up, I'm going to tell you some true shit. Motherfuckers was hating when I would come up, other YouTube channels, little channels and shit. And they be like, oh, look at Ego. He think he a reporter. Okay. You know, like, what do you think? You're some reporter? You think you're Max Kellerman or something? Hating. Now what? Now I'm at the fight, getting credentialed, living my best life. Now what they gotta say? Where are their channels? You feel what I'm saying? So you should want to be the best in your industry. I don't care about motherfuckers hating. Like, oh yeah, look at Ego. He think he a reporter. I hate when people do that. You know, people always, I mean, to each his own, but me personally, I can't get down like that, where like people would be like, oh, look at Ego want to be a reporter. He think he a reporter. I'm just doing boxing videos for fun. Shut that shit up. Because half of the motherfuckers that say that would love to be in my shoes. You know, they would be love. So you mean to tell me you would rather work at Kmart slanging blue light specials than to work for your fucking self? Wake up when you want. Eat what you want. Start coverage when you want to start. And on top of that, do something that you like, that you're passionate about. They don't pay a shit for you. Is that even English? They need to pay for you to get some classes, some English classes. Fighters TV, they don't pay a shit for you. What does that even mean? Are you Yoda? Shit for you, pay. They don't pay a shit for you. The fuck are you even talking about? What does that mean? Somebody asked Yoda what that mean. He says, shit a pay for you. No, I'm Dutch. Get your Dutch ass up out of here if you can. If you don't know what the fuck you saying. You said they don't pay a shit for you. What the fuck does that mean? Like, put it in your native tongue so we can go to Google Translate and translate it and see what it makes. And so it makes sense. They don't pay a shit for you. What the fuck does that mean? Hello, I'm talking to you. Dutch masters. What does that mean? They don't pay a shit for you. What were you trying to say? Let's help him. We're gonna help you sound it out. He said, ha 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 my ass. What you talking about, bro? You built? What the fuck is this? What is built? Somebody go to Google Translate. I don't know what the fuck he talking about. What is built? Shit, they pay for you. You didn't pay a shit for you. Yoda, what are you talking about, dog? I know, but what is built? Hey, you got 5 seconds to tell me what built is or what the fuck you talking about. And the show must go on. They don't pay shit for you. You shit for you. Yoda. All right, bro. I gotta get. Hold on. Let me get rid of Yoda. Fighters TV. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. That motherfucker say you built. What is a built? All right, we got to get rid of Dutch masters. Anyway, they want to hate so bad. Hey, but anyway, back to what I was saying. It's like. People be hating, like they're like, oh, I do boxing for a hobby. Look at Ego wants to be a reporter. Like, motherfucker, you would love to be not working for somebody else. covering the sport you supposedly love. What you talking about? I think he meant Bills. What? Buffalo Bills? What are y'all talking about right now? Damn, this English is getting bad. Conor got shutted up. Shooted up. Shutted up is not a word, and you spelled it shooted. Man, we need help. I need to start the Boxingego scholarship program sooner than later. You know, for only 43 cents a day, you can help underprivileged, uneducated boxing fan. So if you guys want to donate 43 cents to Super Chat per day, I'm Ego Struthers. So please donate 43 cents a day so I can start this scholarship program. Because y'all motherfuckers can't spell. You shut it up, Bills. Like, what the fuck? You shooted. Conor got shooted. These Yoda ass motherfuckers in the comment section killing me today. And I had my coffee, so I know it's not me. McGregor got shooted. You shooted. Why must for McGregor he get shooted? I just got chat a super. Bank in money. Hold on, we gotta get to this money. We got some chat supers. Chat of super from 17 Guys Sport. I'm so frustrated. That's a good one. I like that. Laughing my ass off, Wilder. Shout out to Tyler with the $2 super chat. Want to show some love. Hanging in the stream. Shout out to you. Shout out to y'all. Hey, y'all. Why I gotta be the one that chill out? These Yoda ass motherfuckers in the comment section. I'm speaking perfect English. I am, but you aren't. So why do I gotta chill out? See, y'all. I realize people aren't used to this level of realness. The moment it's like fake shit is celebrated, and the moment the motherfucker's real, the real motherfucker is the one that's criticized. Y'all telling me to chill. I gotta chill. I'm speaking English. You know, I'm saying things that I stand by, and these other dudes is talking like Yoda, but I'm the one that gotta chill out. You know, but whatever. Shout out to the chat of super. When you went full blast with the Yoda voice, I laughed so hard it woke my daughter up. I didn't mean to do all that, but shout out to you. Shout out to your daughter. It's these dudes, man. I'm just trying to talk boxing, and they like not even making sense. Shit, I pay you for. Like, what? What did I do? I'm just a kid from the gutter making his butter off these bloodsuckers. Cause I'm a motherfucking renegade. Me and my partners always clown on each other. Dudes too soft nowadays. I don't even know what y'all talking about anymore. This is just the fun. You could just read the comments and then have your own conversation. I guess that's what type of stream it is today. Cause I don't know what nobody's talking about. Are you done talking about boxing? You can leave. There's your answer. Leave. These motherfuckers is sensitive. Oh my God. Just leave. You don't have to. If it's not your cup of tea, leave. We'll be here. We cool. Eagles Army in here. Do you know what's going on with Rigondeaux? No, I'm not sure. I thought he was supposed to come back, but I don't know who his promoter is or nothing. You know, he need to try to link up to Heyman. But you could leave now. You're like, are you done talking about boxing? Yeah, I remember it's you. I see y'all usernames. Okay, Ego in his bag, he not playing. Listen, this is my show. Like, I don't go to Joe Rogan's podcast and tell him what to talk about. Like, you know, you're not changing the programming here. If it's not enough direct boxing content or whatever for you, leave. I don't care. You know, it's that simple. You're not trying to be a dick. It's just what it is. Don't be here. Did Lomachenko make him quit? Y'all be asking some weird questions. I don't know. Ask Rigondeaux that. Who will Khabib or FLOYD? Who will win, Khabib or FLOYD? See what I'm talking about? And y'all say I'm tripping. Who the fuck is FLOYD? Who is FLOYD? No, he didn't say Floyd. He said FLOYD. Y'all, listen, y'all got to improve. I don't know if y'all doing speak to text or what. Y'all motherfuckers talking about, yeah, FLOYD, man. It's all about FLOYD. I'm not letting nobody live. They talking about FLOYD. Who the fuck is FLOYD? Yeah, my favorite musician is Pink Floyd. Like, who the fuck is that? Talking about some FLOYD. Y'all need to fly. I want to get away. I want to fly away. Like, I have no idea what y'all talking about. Y'all on Google Translate and then you come to my shit. Because this is not clearly not English. Wherever everybody's from. Shout out to those places. But I don't know what y'all talking about. Let's talk about... I don't know what's happening with Floyd. That's the latest. I mean, he says cut the check. Yeah, man. Fuck the FLOYD, man. fuck the FLOYD Mayweathers. Let's talk about this Terence Crawford thing. I'm not done. People are really hating on Bud. It's crazy. I'm seeing all types of comments. I seen, you know, they're going to forever remain nameless. But I'm seeing on websites and articles and shit, they talk about the Terence Crawford wins, but barely, and wins, but he doesn't impress people. What? Listen, what standard are you holding Terence Crawford to where he gets a knockout, be it in the final round, the first round, but he doesn't impress? I don't get it. Shooters block mix. We back to work. We back to work. You know, I don't got time for these fuck boys. Shooters, get mix out of here. Take him out of the mix. But anyway, what fight did you guys watch? In what alternate universe is like stopping a guy in any round less than desirable? See, Ransom Jonesy, someone needs to hold you for ransom for even asking that question. You asking if it was Benavidez' first fight. See, this is what's wrong with boxing. Why are you asking if it's his first fight back since being shot when you can Google it? When you can look it up? You can go to BoxRec. You know, like, why? See, people... Oh, J-Dog with the clappers. Shout out to J-Dog. You heard? Shit, that's what I heard. That's why I'm asking. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is part of the problem with this society. We all have phones. I got 2 cell phones. Most people, I mean, homeless people have cell phones. You know, they had that little whatever, Obamacare or whatever the fuck it was. So it's like, everybody got a phone. Why would you have to come to a forum to ask that? Like, you know, like, do your research. People should seek it. Why do you look for like savior from another man to deliver the information when you could find the information on your own? Do you know what I'm saying? No, that wasn't Benavidez' first fight back. I mean, I really question how deep some of you guys are in the boxing thing. And that's cool. There's different levels of boxing fans. But some of y'all be pretending to be hardcore fans, but you don't know. Like, you don't remember when Crawford had that run-in with Benavidez. Focus on your fight before you don't make it. That was for Benavidez. That's why he said that. Focus on your fight before you don't make it to your fight. And you're sitting up here asking if he's fought since he been shot. So obviously he had, because he had that run-in with Terence Crawford, and he said focus on your fight. So obviously he had a fight because he was on that fight card in Texas. Google is your friend. It's just crazy. But what are we talking about? Like, people's talking about Crawford wasn't impressive. What standard are you guys holding him to? Now, here's an exception. This is my dude, so I'm going to use him as an example. Shout out to John Molina Jr. But him versus Mickey Bay would be the polar opposite. Like, I could understand if you used a fight like that. So John Molina Jr., he too got a 12th round stoppage. But the difference being is he was clearly handedly losing, and he turned it around in 1 round for the most part. But he was clearly being outboxed by Mickey Bay and losing that fight. You get me? Crawford was clearly winning the fight, and then he pulled the trigger in the 12th round, but still clearly winning. Look at Tyree Howard making up more fucking excuses. We're not doing the excuses. Go to one of them excuse-making YouTube channel who always get their predictions and their insight wrong. Save that. I'm not trying to hear that. Oh, he's kind of trash, though, and he had 1 leg. He's not trash, you know? Because I think if Benavidez fought Broner, that would be a good fight. Motherfucker's like 6 foot, 6'1". Listen, I don't know where maybe because I was joking earlier, but we talking real boxing. Someone said it's Tank fucking with Bud. I'm not talking about no fights with a motherfucker who's at 130 and 147, unless it looks like they're going to fight. I could talk about what they said, but I'm not going to even waste my breath to discuss parameters of a fight when there's a 17-pound gap in between where they fight. That's just stupid, you know, unless it looks like he's jumping up to 47 or something, or Crawford's coming down to 130. You know, I'm not in the business of wasting my breath if I can help it. But yeah, I just don't understand what standard people are holding Crawford to. Like I said, I could understand the sentiments if it was like John Molina versus Mickey Bay, because same kind of outcome. Ultimately, a guy wins in the 12th round via knockout. But the difference being is John Molina was losing the entire fight until he pulled the trigger. You know, or even Lucas Matisse versus Tawam Kuam or whatever guy's name from Thailand. He was like not looking good, and then he pulled the trigger and stopped the guy, even though he wasn't looking good in the previous rounds. But to me, Crawford's performance was nothing like that. Crawford was clearly winning the fight. You know? So that's what I'm failing to understand, what people are comparing Crawford to. You know, and to me, that's why I feel like it's hate. Because like I just said in that example, Lucas Matisse, he looked like dog shit to me versus Tawam Kuam, even with the stoppage. Because he fought a guy nobody had heard of in the States, Tawam Kuam, right? And he didn't look good versus him, even though he stopped him in the fight. Crawford fought a guy who we have heard of. We've heard of his brother. We know he has an amateur background. You know, not too many years ago, Jose Benavidez was touted as like, you know, one of the people to really check. You know how people are like, oh, check for Devin Haney and Shakur. Jose Benavidez was right there on that list, you know, but circumstances outside the ring and stuff kind of took him out of the limelight. So, you know, I'm not understanding the criticism. Like, I want to know what standard Crawford's being held to. I really don't get it. You know, it sounds like it's unfair, harsh criticisms on him. But then some of these same dudes like Brandon Rios or something. Like Brandon Rios versus Diego Chavez did not look good in that fight to me. He didn't look good to me in that fight, and he won via DQ. It wasn't a performance like that from Crawford. Crawford was handily winning. So again, I really have no idea what standard you guys are holding Crawford to. And then people comparing, oh yeah, Crawford's gonna struggle with Sean Porter. He's gonna struggle with Danny Garcia. He's gonna him and Errol Spence. Those are all different fights, man. Those are all different fights. And see, the moment you appreciate boxing for what it is and the sweet science, the better off a lot of fans, in my opinion, will be. Right? Because you have to understand that boxing, first of all, simple things like this. If Terence Crawford is fighting a champion and a known killer like Errol Spence, you know, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, guys at the highest of levels, plus guys on the opposite side of the fence, you can probably say he's not going to underestimate them, and you're going to see him prepare for the best possible person. You know, there are chances, and I'm not making excuses because Crawford won, but there's a chance that a guy like Benavidez, who, you know, he might have not have thought he was even what he was, you know, which is a solid fighter. So, you know, you can underestimate a guy like that. But bottom line is you're going to usually put out your best output for the better competition. Like, truth be told, Shakur Stevenson, he was just on this card. This should be fresh in everybody's mind, right? Shakur Stevenson, he just fought his best name. This is what I'm talking about. This is how I know. I don't care what no one says. This is why I feel like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this boxing shit. Shakur Stevenson, he just fought his best name on his resume, and he looked the best versus that guy. He just fought a veteran who fought Scott Quigg and took him the distance, and he fought champion Lee Selby and took him the distance. Never been stopped. I don't even think he had been dropped, right? And Shakur Stevenson destroyed him in a minute and a half of the first round versus Shakur Stevenson. Shout out to J-Dog, man, for getting rid of that dude. Shout out to J-Dog. I just seen he kept putting the same shit. Shakur Stevenson, against a veteran in the best name, he looked the best that he's looked. He's fought lesser guys than that and went the distance with them in 4-round fights. So you got to understand, boxing is a sport about inches. Like, you know, little subtle things could be difference makers. Shakur Stevenson knew who he was up against, and, you know, the best version of him came out. You know, look at Tyson Fury. Here's another. See, I could do this all day. See, I can give you examples of how I feel and why I feel the same way, but I promise you, a lot of these dudes can't. A lot of these guys with this over criticism shit, you know, they can't think of a variety of examples to support their logic. But Tyson Fury, the last two guys Tyson Fury fought are nowhere near the level of Klitschko or regarded as a Klitschko, right? Steve Cunningham ain't, you know, he's a cruiserweight that moved up to heavyweight. So he's not considered the force at heavyweight as a Klitschko. But you notice something. Tyson Fury got knocked down not by Klitschko, but by Steve Cunningham, a cruiserweight, out of all people. We'll see. We have yet to see what Fury does versus Deontay Wilder. But this is proof, more proof of what I've been saying regarding this shit. How is it that a fucking cruiserweight and Steve Cunningham can drop Tyson Fury? And he got dropped by somebody else. I forgot who, but I remember watching it. Tyson Fury's getting dropped by these guys. He got dropped. You just watch it. He fought someone in the UK and got dropped. And then he fought Steve Cunningham and got dropped, right? How is it that a cruiserweight, Steve Cunningham, drops Tyson Fury and drops him hard and good, but then a much more regarded heavyweight like Klitschko, who's 6'6" and not like a diesel cut up small cruiserweight or a small heavyweight, really a cruiserweight. How does that make sense? You know, how is Klitschko not able to drop Tyson Fury? But Steve Cunningham did. You know, so people putting too much on it. You know, they putting 10 on 2. They're putting way too much on the Crawford. Oh, Crawford, if he can't get past Benavidez earlier than this. Like, what are you talking about? How did Tyson Fury, somebody answer that. That's my logic. How did Tyson Fury get dropped by a cruiserweight Steve Cunningham, but didn't once get dropped by Tyson Fury? I mean, by Klitschko. Antonio Mendoza, you're not answering the question. He said that shot would have dropped anyone. Not necessarily. Evander Holyfield wouldn't necessarily drop from that shot. So you're full of shit. Anyway, answer the question. How is it that Klitschko wasn't able to drop? Using y'all logic, Klitschko didn't drop Tyson Fury, but a cruiserweight did. Somebody, listen, I got an instant hot seat for you. Because I want to hear you guys talk your way out of this. Somebody explain the dynamic of why a cruiserweight Steve Cunningham and another guy in the UK, both of which aren't as regarded or big heavyweights, you know, like Klitschko is, and those are the guys that stopped Tyson Fury. Exactly. Shout out to my fucking shooter, Kennedy Linder. Because styles make fights. Plus, there's other parameters. You know, there's other parameters, like maybe he had a shitty training camp. Maybe he had the flu in camp, that particular. Maybe he was 18 and still learning. You know, there's too many different things that could go into the equation. That's why you can't look at boxing like that. You know, I could do this all day with examples. How come Canelo got rocked the fuck up by Miguel Cotto's brother, who's not even as good as Miguel Cotto, yet when Canelo fought Cotto, I never once seen him hurt. So Miguel Cotto is the better Cotto. You know, shout out to Obese Drank, $2 super chat. Appreciate you. Miguel Cotto is the better Cotto, yet the lesser Cotto is the one that hurt Canelo. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's because he was 19 and he didn't see the shot. He didn't know how to dodge shots the same. But when he fought Cotto, I never seen him hurting into the ropes. That's what I'm saying. Y'all motherfuckers, a lot of y'all don't know shit about boxing. You put crazy shit into the equation. You know, how come Gennady Golovkin didn't have Canelo falling back into the ropes? And he's considered a huge puncher for the weight class and is higher than what Canelo started, yet Jose Miguel Cotto's brother had Canelo flying back into the ropes. You guys answer these things. People did this to Errol Spence too. They did this to Errol Spence. Errol Spence was on PBC when he was fighting like on people's undercards and shit, and he was coming up. And Errol Spence, there's a fight. I'm trying to think of what card it was on. I don't really remember the card. But I think he fought Emmanuel Lartney or Lardy or some shit. And it looked like he got rocked in that fight. And people are like, oh, yeah, Lardy, you see what Lartney or whatever the fuck the dude's name is did to Errol Spence. Imagine Kell Brook or Keith Thurman. Like, it's a learning curve, you know. Kell Brook is more regarded than Lardy. And Lardy didn't, you know, he may have clipped Errol Spence, but Kell Brook didn't hurt him like that. You know, it's just, it's like, some people always talk about the most casual talking points, I guess you could say. Lardy, yeah, Emmanuel Lardy or whatever. There's a scene, a certain sequence everyone always talks about that Errol Spence got hit with a big shot. Who gives a shit? It's boxing. You know, he was still developing as a pro. That was in like 2014, 2013 or something. We talking about Errol Spence, the monster now. These guys aren't machines, you know, like no matter how good a fighter. So I don't really understand what y'all are talking about regarding this Crawford situation. You know, I really don't. And I want to say one thing as a fighter too. Like I think when you fight someone elite, you expect it to be a good fight. You know what I'm saying? When you're fighting someone known elite, like a champion, like when Sean Porter fought Keith Thurman, we know Keith Thurman's good. We know Keith Thurman's powerful. So Sean Porter got hurt in that fight, but it's accepted because he got hurt versus an elite level guy, you know? And when Sean Porter fought Julio Diaz in the first fight, he had trouble with him, you know? He had trouble with him. That, who cares? You know, that's early on in his career. It was a tough fight. He had I think a draw with him the first fight. Then he came back and then he beat him convincingly. You know, things like this happen. But, you know, it's about what you learn and take with you. It's about what you learn and take with you. And different things happen for different reasons. How the fuck, like, I just thought of another great example. How did Sean Porter have a draw with a Julio Diaz who Keith Thurman bombed out, yet when he fought Keith Thurman, people were even booing? I thought Keith Thurman won the fight, but it was close, you know, and some people in the Barclays crowd were booing Keith Thurman thinking Sean Porter won. So how do you fight Julio Diaz, a career lightweight who got bombed out by Kendall Holt, who lost to Lamont Peterson by stoppage, you know, and Kendall Holt destroyed Julio Diaz. Julio Diaz pushes Sean Porter to a draw, and then he has to have a second fight to rectify it. Keith Thurman fights Julio Diaz and destroys him and breaks his rib and pushes him into retirement. Yet Sean Porter fights Keith Thurman and arguably beats him. Nonetheless, it's a close fight, even if you had Keith Thurman winning. Styles make fights. It's like this is why triangle theories don't work. I just broke down one. Sean Porter has a draw with Julio Diaz. It takes 2 fights to thoroughly beat him. Keith Thurman destroys Julio Diaz, but then Sean Porter versus Keith Thurman is a competitive fight, and you know, up to dispute who won. You know, so none of this stuff makes sense. Styles make fights, and yeah, it's just that's what it is. But I agree with Andre Ward. When I talked to him, he was like, a lot of people like saying, oh, Crawford, why did it take 12 rounds? He said it'd be like that. Just go watch my interview with him. And I was saying this before I even like talked to Ward. It's you never know. Jose Benavidez has his own puzzle. He has his own style. Like, you have to look at it. Jose Benavidez was tall, amateur pedigree, durable, and he's 6 foot, 6'1", looking to counterpunch. That's a totally different puzzle than Sean Porter, because Sean Porter is not 6'1", and he's not looking to just sit there and counterpunch. He brings the fight to you. Therefore, stylistically, Crawford and Porter is just off of those minor differences in fighting style and attributes, completely different stylistic fights. And I don't understand that. I don't understand how people can't see it. Styles make fights, triangle theories don't work, and yet people still try to use them. Look at this. I could do this all day. Literally. Because I watch that much boxing. How is it that Manny Pacquiao struggles with Juan Manuel Marquez 4 times? Gets knocked the fuck out in the 4th fight. In my opinion, Pacquiao beat Timothy Bradley all 3 times. Bradley fights Marquez, and the first time he fights Marquez, I thought he pretty easily beat him. Pretty handily beat him. He even rocked Marquez in the 12th round, and he's not even a big puncher. And Marquez was doing the Bobby Shmurda, you know, the way he was falling back. He did the Bobby Shmurda dance, you know. So those triangle theory shit, that doesn't really work. Because Pacquiao beat Bradley 3 times to me. You know, at least 2 or 3 if you're going off of what the judges said. You know, he beat him 2 out of 3 times. In my opinion, 3 of 3. Pacquiao and Marquez were pick'em fights, depending on which one you're talking about. You know, Pacquiao arguably didn't win the first 3 fights. Yet, Bradley and Marquez fight, and Bradley easily beats Marquez. You know, there's no rhyme or reason to this boxing shit like that. Like, people try to make it, like, mathematical. Like, oh, fighter A fought fighter B, and fighter B minus fighter C, and fighter C divided by the reciprocal. That's not how boxing works. There's no, like, given puzzle. Like, you know, it just... People try this too much. Like, oh, Amir Khan will give Floyd trouble because Amir Khan beat Maidana, and then Floyd had tough time with Maidana in the first... No, it doesn't, because Maidana was an improved fighter by the time he fought Floyd. Everything, the Khan loss and all of his experiences leading up to that, the Broner victory, that's what he put in the that's what he had at the time of fighting Floyd. You know, when he fought Amir Khan, he didn't even have Robert Garcia. He didn't work on his stamina and his jab. You know, so totally different fights, different training camps, sometimes different trainers. It just depends on what fight we're talking about. Khan cannot beat Floyd. I'm sorry. I know Paulie Malignaggi had a lot of people gassed, and he's not beating him. He struggled with Samuel Vargas, people. In what world does he beat Floyd? We've never seen someone outbox Floyd for 12 rounds. And then on top of that, I'm not saying Khan can't win some rounds. Canelo did a breakdown. He said Amir Khan was the fastest guy he fought. That's great. But at the end of the day, speed has never been the sole key to beating Mayweather. Listen, I refuse to argue with Protrack. He says, yeah, he can, bro. Khan has speed. Floyd looks sloppy against Conor McGregor. Whatever. You know, the fact that you, out of Floyd's illustrious 50-fight career, you talk about the fucking Conor McGregor fight. You know? You talk about the Conor McGregor fight. Out of all his fights. That's how I know you're not on my level when it comes to this boxing talk. Because why, out of 49 other fights to choose from, you pick Conor McGregor. And you said he looked sloppy. No, he didn't. He was just walking Conor down. And, you know, truth be told, if in my honest opinion, if Amir Khan fought Conor McGregor, he might not beat him. Just based off of Conor's strength. Conor caught Floyd with a good uppercut. Caught him with a really good uppercut coming in. Could Khan's chin, would he take that uppercut and just be cool? You know, he got dropped by Samuel Vargas. And I seen the pictures. Just go Google the picture of Amir Khan versus, or not Amir Khan versus, but Google the picture of Amir Khan and Conor McGregor. Conor looked fucking huge next to Amir Khan. You know? So what are you even talking about? Listen. Khan should fight Kell Brook. That's the fight we want to see. Like, and see, this is what I really have no interest in seeing Mayweather versus Khan at this point. Look at Conor McGregor. Look at his fist. Ricky Samuel, don't even try to argue. These motherfuckers be retarded. That's what I'm saying. They're like, oh, he looks sloppy versus Conor, but he stopped him. You see, the black channel, you see how the rules are always changed for the black channels and shit. Terence Crawford stops Benavidez. Oh, I wasn't impressed by that. Floyd stops, you call him pillow-fisted Floyd, but he stops a much bigger, much younger Conor McGregor. You know? And then you're like, oh, he looks sloppy. If this is your real life standard, then I don't want to hear shit about some of the fighters that y'all claim are the greatest. Period. You know, these dudes would be like, oh, fucking Brandon Rios is the best, but you have all this criticism. You know, you like Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., but then you want to criticize Terence Crawford getting a stoppage, Floyd getting a stoppage. Stop it. Tyree, you about one dumb comment from getting put in the hot seat. Just a warning. Hey, Kane, don't even try to make sense. These dudes are just hating. He said Conor was punching Floyd in the back of the head, but Floyd is sloppy. That's what I'm saying. His best punch, like a body shot, was to the groin area, but Floyd is the sloppy one. That's what I'm telling y'all, you see? The black channel. This shit is funny. See, these people, like I said, these man fans, they don't have the same level of criticism. They don't have the same level of criticism for all guys, because I hear about guys that they like and they put on much worse performances. Much worse performances. And they are never mad at that. They never question it. They never, like, you know, scrutinize it. But then when the other guy fights, they're like, oh, no, I really wasn't impressed by that performance. It meant nothing. Listen, we got to get those likes up, people. Wow. I thought we had more likes than this. Make sure y'all smash the like button. We got to get those up, definitely. Pro Track, you sound like an idiot. He said Khan has a weak chin. He not on the level with Canelo, but 40-year-old Floyd, I give him a good chance. But that almost 40-year-old Floyd dogged Canelo. So what you talking about? Floyd fought Canelo when he was 37. See, explain. Hold on, I'm gonna put you in a hot seat. I can't let you just keep tattooing and graffiti in my comment section. You said Khan has a weak chin and he's not on level with Canelo, but a 40-year-old Floyd, you give him a chance. Okay, well, Floyd was nearly 40 when he fought a 23-year-old Canelo and he dog walked him. So explain that. Explain that. You talking about Floyd being 40, but he was almost 40 when he fought Canelo and he dog walked him. Watch the excuses come out. Oh, Canelo was still learning. Canelo, he was green. Canelo wasn't ready. All right, no, don't respond to nobody else but me. I'm catching bodies. So, Pro Track, explain that. Floyd schooled Canelo and he was nearly 40. And he keeps himself in shape. Well, answer this. Did you see the same 30-year-old Floyd versus MMA Conor? Block him. Shooter, block him. Immediate disqualification. You don't ask a question when you haven't even answered my first question. Pro Track, he's gone. He's out of here. Shooters, get rid of Pro Track. He said, well, answer this. Why would I answer anything you said when you didn't even answer my first question? In the hot seat. Nope, we're not playing that. That was easy work. See how hard it is for them to answer? I said, okay, you're in the hot seat. Answer this, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, you answer this. No, we're not doing that. You have to answer my first question to even make it out. Wasn't Canelo an undefeated champion when he fought Floyd? Of course he was. But they don't take that into consideration. Someone said, I guess he wasn't a pro. These dudes is hating, bro. Come on. And like, Amir Khan's a cool dude. But We're talking fight game. Khan got knocked down by Julio Diaz at a catchweight. He got knocked down hard by Samuel Vargas. And y'all talking about, oh, Floyd's 40. Floyd's 40 and still never been knocked down like Khan's been knocked down. Name somebody who had Floyd's ass on a canvas, like Amir Khan versus Julio Diaz, Amir Khan versus Canelo, Amir Khan versus Danny Garcia, Amir Khan versus Bradis Prescott. So what does a 40-year-old have to do with that? Floyd has never been on the canvas like that. You know, his glove graze and all this shit y'all want to cling on to, but he's never had his full ass on the canvas like that. So what are you talking about? You know, what does him being 40 have to do with it unless he's a shitty 40 like he been through mad wars? These dudes, they want to have their cake and eat it too. First, they say Floyd fights scary and he runs, which would, I would assume, suggest that since he's a boring fighter, he's preserved himself because he's not taking a bunch of unnecessary punishment. But then they want to make it look like he's an old 40. Which one is it? Do you get what I'm saying? You say Floyd's boring. You say Floyd's a runner. You say Floyd doesn't fight exciting. But then now you're trying to use his age and make it look like he's shop worn. I mean, Floyd, he's 40. But you also are the same type of person who's saying that Floyd don't fight entertaining enough. So obviously Floyd has preserved himself because he's not taking several unanswered, unnecessary punishment. You know, but this is what happens. These dudes want to have their cake and eat it too. We not letting that fly. So I never understood this fascination with the Amir Khan fight. I mean, like, just look at it. Like, stylistically, okay, who feels like, I'm being real. This is not an old bash session. Who feels that Amir Khan is better than Manny Pacquiao? Career-wise. Who feels Amir Khan has done more than Pacquiao? Yusuf Jat? Okay, I got a hot seat. Amir Khan has done more than Pacquiao? These dudes are real like. See, this is what I'm saying. I gotta catch some bodies. Hold on. See, we're always gonna disagree. All right, I'm doing hot seats. I'm putting cases on all you. Yusuf Jat, you're in the hot seat. How has Khan done more in his career than Pacquiao? What are you talking about? Kennedy Linder, just be on deck. I promise you I'm about to catch a body. Because these dudes are just talking senseless now. How has Amir Khan done more than Pacquiao? Yusuf Jat. You have 15 seconds. And then if not, I'm going on to the next person that said that Khan has had a better career and done more than Pacquiao. These dudes sound ridiculous. You know, oh no, Pacquiao did more than... Put him in timeout. He playing games. You see how now all of a sudden he tried to back off the block and I'm going after the next person. Shooters, put Yusuf Jat in timeout. Do whatever you want with them shooters, but he can't be here right now. Peter Griffin, you're in the hot seat. How has Amir Khan done more than Pacquiao? Griffin, let me know. I said, who thinks it? And then, where's his name? Peter Griffin, you said Amir Khan has had a better career than Pacquiao. How? How's he done more? We're going to see who knows boxing right here and now. Peter Griffin, you have 15 seconds. The game don't wait. 15 seconds to let me know how Amir Khan has done more in boxing in his career than Pacquiao. You said it. I asked the question and you said it. 13 seconds. Shooters, be on deck. He has 8 seconds. Peter Griffin, you said Khan has done more than Pacquiao. Please explain that to the to Ego's army. Ego, these dudes clowns, man. They really don't believe that crap. Oh, I know. We're going to expose it, though. Hey, why'd you block dude for saying I like the background music? The guy said I like the background music and somebody just blocked him. I don't understand that. All right, shooters, block him. Peter Griffin, block him. Block him. Peter Griffin can go. Shooters, get on his head. Get him. Get him. Now I'm going to ask again. We're going to weed out all y'all one by one. Who has had a better career, Manny Pacquiao or Amir Khan? What is your honest opinion? Who has done more? Put Khan or put Pacquiao? I don't want to see yes or no. I want to see the last name of the fighter. We're going to go through this again. Who has done more in their career? Manny Pacquiao or Amir Khan? Okay, Manny 100%. Pac-Man. Pacroid. Pacquiao. Okay. Is anybody honestly, because we have an open hot seat, does anyone honestly believe that Amir Khan has done more than Pacquiao? Because we'll do a hot seat right now. So what are we talking about? You know, like, if anything, Khan has similarities to Pacquiao, but he's not as durable as Pacquiao, and he doesn't hit as hard as Pacquiao. So if Floyd can neutralize Pacquiao, who's also a southpaw, which is also going to create different issues for the Philly shell, then what is Khan going to do to Floyd? Pacquiao, if anything, is like a souped up version of Khan, except he doesn't have the height. But where he lacks in height, he makes up for in power and his awkward style and southpaw, and he makes up for it. Like, I think he's more explosive than Khan. Khan has more of an amateur fight style where it's like each. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's throwing a lot of punches. Pacquiao's throwing like detonating explosive punches. Like, you know, if Pacquiao lunges in and connects right with his straight left or something, you gonna get your bell rung. Khan is like just da. You know, it's like almost like slapping you with the punches. Like, it's a lot of leather on you, but it's not. Pacquiao's more explosive. Pacquiao's like do. Like, he's like more committal to his punches. You know, we never seen. Who have you just seen Amir Khan just walk up to and each, and then they just get knocked out? I've seen Pacquiao drop Jesse Vargas, drop Chris Algieri 6 times, back Floyd up. You know, who has Khan just dropped like with 2 punches? Like that. Oh, he dropped Maidana, but that was a body shot. So it's like, what are y'all talking about, man? Khan's a good fighter. Let it be that. That's cool. Do you think changing trainers has changed Manny's fighting style? He looked aggressive his last fight. I think him fighting in Malaysia, where there's no VADA, changed his fighting style. I don't know what people are doing if it ain't being tested, to be honest. How many drug tests did Pacquiao do for it? For the Matisse fight? Somebody let me know. Send me a picture. And shout out to the idiot who tried to correct me and say committal wasn't a word. The dude said committal. Nah, committal is a word, fool. These dudes steady. They steady want to correct somebody. Oh, Ego said committal. Oh. So joke's on you, Ricardo. Always trying to correct somebody. Ego said committal. Y'all sound like donkey of the day. Step your vocabulary up, Ricardo. Dudes in the chat trying to be an English major. Someone said retardo. I'm done. Why Ego Army be riding for the... Y'all be riding with me. I fuck with Ego Army. Yeah, where you at, Ricardo? Trying to correct somebody. Correct that. Run, tell that. Even if I did say something that wasn't... I don't care, bro. I'm my own boss. Nah, I rock with you, bro. You got it. See? Well, then don't try to correct somebody then. If you listen, I don't care if people correct me, but correct me when you're right and I'm wrong. People always be doing that. Oh, Terence Crawford, he didn't fight against Benavidez Prescott, and then they look it up, and then he fought Benavidez Prescott. Hector Flores, another dumb comment. Ego been on that goose lately. Yeah. Me drinking Starbucks. I'm on the goose. Let me know when somebody comes for me that's actually factual or funny. I'm waiting for that moment. Alabama slang. Hey, who would win this? Who wins that? That's what I want to see. Triple G, Charlo, Golovkin, Charlo. See, we got to see it. People are spread. They don't know it. Look, that's how you know it's a good fight. That's how you know it's a good fight. I want to see that. Listen, it's gonna be real. It's gonna be real interesting to see what Triple G does next in his career. If he moves out of the division, then that's not a good look. If he retires, that's not a good look. If he fights someone lesser, then that's not a good look. Because how can you say you want to fight Canelo in a trilogy fight? The WBC puts one obstacle in front of you, and then the obstacle they're putting in front of you will give you a lot of clout if you can beat him. And then if you all of a sudden back off and now you don't want to fight Canelo, that's a terrible look, people. Terrible look. You can't chase Canelo, because then that means all that stuff you said about other people being a businessman and not true fighter. And, hey, no, he's not a true fighter. You know, all that. Then how can you say you're any different if you're saying you want Canelo? The WBC is telling you. It's kind of like Dillian White situation. WBC out here making decisions that really put people on Front Street. For example, Dillian White was screaming for anyone who would listen that he wanted to fight Deontay Wilder, right? Okay, the WBC says, we order you to fight Luis Ortiz, right? And then all of a sudden, Eddie Hearn and Dillian White team, they make a motion to go after Kubrat Pulev. I thought you wanted to fight Wilder. Why not be in the good graces of the sanctioning body, and do what they're asking for you to do, which is also good for your career, and it's also good for the fight fans, and it's good for your standings within the WBC. If Dillian White truly wants to fight Deontay Wilder, why, when someone like, okay, here's an example, Errol Spence, because we know he about that life. Errol Spence was moving up the rankings with the IBF. He was supposed to fight Konstantin Ponomarev. Ponomarev wanted no work, but Spence was down with it. Then they said that he needed to fight Chris Algieri or whoever. He fought them. Then they said, oh, we need you to fight Leonard Bundu. He said, okay, I'll fight Konstantin Podomarov, but he didn't want it. I'll fight Leonard Bundu. Because Errol Spence wanted his shot versus Kell Brook. So, similarly, if Dillian Whyte really wanted Deontay Wilder and he says he'll knock out Luis Ortiz, that's a good fight. Let's get it cracking. You know, why are you looking at Kubrat Pulev? And then when Pulev, they try to stage the Pulev fight, you lose the purse bid. They try to stage it in Bulgaria, right? Then now all of a sudden you look at something else. You look at Joseph Parker. You know, it doesn't make sense. Same thing with Triple G. You're saying you want Canelo. WBC put one last obstacle in front of Charlo, who was already supposed to be entitled to fight the winner of Canelo Triple G 2. But they put another obstacle in front of him too. So it's not just like this hurts Triple G. This hurts Charlo too, because Charlo has to fight another person when he was supposed to just be the mandatory, we all thought, to fight the winner of Canelo Triple G. So it's a good fight. It'll further your ranking. So if Triple G doesn't fight Charlo and tries to act like it doesn't make sense or whatever, it's not a good look, you know. So these WBC orders, over time, you know, they're gonna tell what people really feel. It's just, you know, Dillian Whyte, why would he fight? WBC gives two fucks about Charlo. Well, I don't care what you talking about. They ordered a good ass fight with Charlo and Triple G. Sign me up. That's a great fight. My dude TDX. Matchroom's walls are closing in one by one, losing big name champions either by defeat or contract. If Fury beats Wilder, Frank Warren will be up their ass. Oh yeah, most definitely. You know, and Frank Warren already putting Eddie Hearn on blast with the tickets, scalping, and all that. He'd been doing it, but now it's starting to show up. Why did Joshua's last fight? It's Joshua's birthday, too. Happy birthday, Anthony Joshua. Now back to business. Now, why did Joshua's last fight with Povetkin, which is not even his worst fight, you know? Like, it's not. See, this is the thing. I'm realistic. I didn't want to see the Povetkin fight next just based off principle. You know, just because I wanted to see the Wilder fight. And I thought that's the right fight that could have been made and didn't get made. But by far, Povetkin wasn't the worst opponent that Joshua had fought since becoming champion. You know, if you said Joshua versus Povetkin or Dominic Brazil or Eric Molina, I would choose Povetkin out of those crop of fighters. The only reason me and other people in Eagles Army and stuff were mad at the Povetkin fight is the timing wasn't right. You know, he should have been unifying, and he's talking the talk like he wants to unify, you know. But it wasn't the worst. Yet Eric Molina in these other fights sold out, but all of a sudden Takam and Kubrat Pulev and all that, Takam lost by stoppage to Povetkin. So how's Takam sell out 80,000 and you know, do all these good numbers, but then Povetkin, who stopped Takam, doesn't sell out? So it lets you know there's something kind of fishy about that. You know, Eddie Hearn's it's just not looking good with the constant back and forths. Oh, Wilder Fury's not going to happen. Now what are they saying? Why isn't Eddie Hearn able to keep his narrative for longer than a few months at best? You know, you're like, oh yeah, I don't think the fight will happen. Then they do a press tour. Oh, it's not going to be a good fight. Fury's boring. Then listen? Eddie Hearn is just, the more he interviews, the worse it's looking. Unless he keeps it a stack. How you gonna say Fury is the worst thing you've ever heard of, but your company offered him good money and he put you on blast and you wanted to sign him? That automatic, like, how can fans not see this? This automatically discounts anything you talking about with, you know what it reminds me of? I got an analogy for y'all. If y'all want to know what this situation reminds me of, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? Smash the like button too. We got to get the likes up. But if you want to know what this situation reminds me of, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? I got a good analogy for y'all. So y'all help y'all visualize what I'm talking about. So you can see things my way. She likes it my way. All right. I've been at clubs in Sacramento or the Bay Area or whatnot, right? And a guy tries to get at a girl. A guy tries to get at a girl, holla at a chick. The girl, you know, looks good, has a nice dress on, blah, blah, blah. He's trying to get at the girl. And he's like, oh, baby, hey, can I get your number? Oh, can I get your digits, right? The girl's like, oh, no, I got a man, or I'm not interested, or I'm with my friends. We're just hanging out. So no, thank you. I don't want to dance, or I'm not going to give up my number. I got a man, right? And then the guy who can't take rejection gets pissed off. And he's like, man, fuck you then, you bow-legged bitch. You fucking ugly-ass bitch. You fucking trout mouth-ass, dog-faced, lizard lip bitch. What? You know, clearly, you don't like the fact that you got rejected. You know what I'm saying? You just asked for this girl's number and were trying to holler at her. And she's like, no, I got a man. I'm cool. And then you're like, man, fuck you, you wolf-mouthed bitch. Why'd you get at her, though? If she looked this hurt, you know, you prickly, pimple, pepperoni, pizza face bitch. Like, if she was all that, why'd you try to get at her? You know what I'm saying? So that just proves your insecurity and your fear of rejection if you have to do all that. You know? You old Forrest Whitaker, cockeyed, cockadoodle bitch. Wolf-mouthed, juicy-mouthed, bow-legged, like, you fucking hamster cheek bitch. like you doing all this to go in on the chick, but you was just trying to get at her. This is the equivalent of Eddie Hearns. Eddie Hearns is talking, oh, Wilder, nobody knows him in America. Why'd you want his ass on DAZN then? If nobody knows, how's that going to help you? If nobody in America knows him and he sucks and he can't sell, and, you know, the only reason people even know about him is because of Joshua, why'd you try to sign him then? If Tyson Fury is the most boring waste of a fighter and put your kids to sleep, all this extra shit, why'd you try to offer him $3 million plus per fight? It's a bad look, people. Bad look. You know, it's a bad look because you can't seriously believe what why are you going to approach a female that you thought was butt ugly, and when she rejects you, that's when you decide to ether her? If she was ugly from jump, she was ugly and you wouldn't even approach her. You know, same thing with Eddie. You could say whatever you want. Tyson Fury sucks. He's boring. He's not the same since the Klitschko fight. Why'd you try to sign him after the Klitschko fight? Since his ban was lifted. And you're willing to pay him good money. It's clearly a terrible look because you can't possibly... Who's going to throw $3 million plus £3 million pound at a fighter that they don't think would benefit them? What company would do that? You know, why doesn't the fucking Butterbean, why isn't he being offered £3 million pound to fight? You know, or fucking Glass Joe. Why would you're offering that type of change to somebody? You have to think they bring some value to what you're doing. Otherwise, you wouldn't even offer that. Shout out to Dominique. Exactly. That's how you save face, can't get rejected in public, and not have a comeback. Exactly. You wolf mouth, I bet your pussy stink, bitch. Like, you just mad she rejected you. Stop it. Tyson Fury re-upped with Frank Warren and you upset about it, and now he went on to fight Wilder and he making all this money and he don't care about your little offer. So now you trying to save face and make it look like he ain't shit. You know, that's not how this game works. Like, imagine, what would y'all feel about me, like, as a person? See, this is why I don't understand how some of these people in the spotlight get away with it. What would you feel about me if I was sitting up here talking about, I'll use it because this is a friend, but this is all hypothetical. This is nothing true. But let's say Michelle Joy Phelps I was like, oh man, Michelle, she cool, but she's not fun to be around. And then Michelle's like, oh, okay. And then she posted screenshots where I was in her inbox trying to holler at her. What would y'all feel about me? Y'all be like, you full of shit. You said all this stuff about Michelle Joy Phelps, and you was behind the scenes slid in her DM. You know what I'm saying? That's all a hypothetical story. I'm just trying to put it in perspective. You know, you could use that with anyone. Fucking Kim Basinger. You know, I'm talking about, oh, Kim Basinger, she ain't all that. You know what I'm saying? She weak, really. And then Kim Basinger put me on blast and then show the screenshots of how I'm like, hey, baby, give me one more chance. Baby, give me one more chance. You know, and trying to get at her and trying to take her out, and she's rejecting me. I would look like a fool, right? Once again, dude, Michelle out of your league, ego. You a beta male, bro. You a beta male. Straight up. You talking about Michelle out of your league? I know Michelle personally. You don't. Shut the fuck up. Talking about Michelle out of your league. Stop it. I am the league, motherfucker. These dudes. Converse Brook. No, we're not talking about Converse. We're talking about Eddie Hearn, how he be. I don't see nothing wrong with creeping with a chick in private. No, you way off the mark. It's not about creeping with the chick in private. That's how you go about your business, that's how you go about your business. It's not the issue at all. I'm talking about bad mouthing somebody publicly, but then you're creeping in private. That's what we're talking about. If you have I've had situations with a chick that wasn't public. You know, some of them y'all probably know, but I'm not going to reveal that on tape and shit like that. But that's not the issue. I'm not talking about I'm a private person. I keep my business under wraps. You know? But it's not about that. It's about actually publicly trying to badmouth somebody, but behind the scenes, you are trying to capture that person. That's what we're talking about. Shout out to Smoke D's. He said, I hate them dudes trying to tell another dude a chick out of their league. Get your weak ass out of here. Bro, that's what I'm saying. This is beta male shit. How you gonna tell another man what he's capable of? Like, you know, y'all don't know who I smashed in this game, to be honest. So what you talking about? And that's not, you know, please don't get that twisted with nobody. I'm just saying you don't know what I'm doing. I'm not saying no name. I'm not saying I did with anybody, you know, because I know people like to switch it up and try to turn a situation into something that it's not. But I'm saying y'all don't know what the fuck goes on behind the scenes. You know, we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, it's crazy. Beta male dudes be, oh yeah, this chick out of your league. All right, that's what's up. The homie ego stay working. Shout out to DC. I see you. Ego, how was that steak and lobster, man? That looked bomb on Instagram. Oh man, it was good. It was delicious. I still got steak left over. I'm about to make some eggs and then do like some steak and eggs. But it was real good. A little surf and turf. Shout out to Kane. He said every woman wants something. You just have to find out what it is. True that. That's true. And see, like, the thing is, I'm not even trying to gloat or brag. Y'all could believe me or not. But, you know, for whatever reason, doing what I've been doing, it's like an easy conversation starter. When females find out that I'm a YouTuber, because it's different. You don't know, like in general, you don't personally, a lot of people don't know people that do this YouTube thing for a living, you know, so they see me traveling and stuff like that. So it's really the YouTube shit, just that by nature of what I do, that's an easy conversation starter. Do you think Floyd will fight another boxer in 2019 besides Khabib? Yeah, maybe Pacquiao. I have Crawford pound for pound #1 still. You know, people could disagree. People could, like, even Canelo. I like Canelo. I'm cool if you have him up there. But the reason, he has a good resume. But the thing is, look at Canelo's best names. He hasn't always showed pure separation, no questions asked. Crawford has done that. You look at the best names Crawford's fought, and he separated himself from the competition. Canelo's best names, he's a great fighter, but I don't think he's separated himself from like I'm Canelo Alvarez, and you're just down here. Canelo, best names, Triple G, Floyd Mayweather. Okay, so he obviously lost to Floyd. Erislandy Lara, I thought he lost that fight. You know, nonetheless, even if you gave it to him, it was extremely close, right? And then the Triple G fight. Some people said Triple G won both. Some people said Triple G won the first one. Canelo got the second. Some people said the first was a draw. Canelo second. You know, but it wasn't like he went out of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just dominated Triple G from pillar to post in 2 fights. You know, it wasn't like that. Laura ran all day, bro. Oh, well, that's Canelo's deal. That's his problem. Figure it out. Listen, OJ, LA, you know, you can make all the excuses you want. Nobody's buying that no more. It's new media era. It's the era of new media. We don't care about excuses. Oh, Jose Benavidez had one leg. Oh, Lada ran. Oh, well, figure it out. You got to figure it out. It's the fight game. So, yeah, I think Crawford has, like, he's separated himself more. He really has. Best names like Victor Postal, his Felix Diaz fights. I mean, even stopping Jose Benavidez. You know, all these fights he's pulling away at some point. That's why I don't understand. That's why I think people are full of shit with their criticism of Crawford. Because, okay, let's play it. Who wants to be bold enough? We'll do a hot seat. If Crawford looks suspect to you, please step up for the hot seat. If you think Crawford, I just wasn't impressed with the Benavidez performance, we'll have a debate right now in the hot seat. I'm always willing to risk it. You know, I got an O. I'm like Keith Thurman used to say. I got an O, and I'm not afraid to let it go. Who thinks Crawford got exposed by Benavidez? These dudes just be hating. Okay, Blitzerig. You also this, just so you guys have a reference point. This is also the same guy that says, "Are you Latino or black ego?" And this is also the same guy that said Michelle Joy Phelps was out of my league. So just to give you guys a precedence, he says, "I have an unrelated question. Are you black or Latino?" That was his first response. See, I pay attention. And then the second thing he said that I remember from that name is saying that Michelle Joy Phelps was out of my league when I was just giving an example, you know, of a chick. Now he's saying Crawford was exposed. So just to, you know, get you guys caught up to speed. Okay, so how was Crawford exposed? Just explain that. How was Crawford exposed? He got a 12th round knockout. He knocked his man out. A guy who was talking and said he was going to pretty much do that to Crawford. Crickets, exactly. Cricket Mobile, Cricket.net, Cricket.com, Cricket.org, www.crickets.edu. Bruh, he knocked out a dude with a suspect leg. That's his fault. How's it anybody else's problem that Jose Benavidez in his personal life got shot at? Like, how can Crawford control that? Strike one. And if, see, listen, I'll say that piece in a minute. So how did he get exposed? So in your mind, he got exposed because he knocked out a guy with a suspect leg. So how's that him being exposed? You see how this doesn't even make sense? How did he get exposed because he chose to knock out a guy who had a suspect leg? That doesn't even make sense. If he got knocked out by the guy with the suspect leg, maybe that argument would make sense. But he knocked out the guy with the suspect leg, so how is that him being exposed? See, it's much easier to just say it, like I always say, than to reveal and break down why you feel that way. So this is where emotions get the best of a lot of boxing fans. So Terence Crawford knocked out the guy that you're claiming had the injury, which you're claiming is why he lost. So how did he get exposed? Took him 12 rounds. So what happened to Jose Benavidez was undefeated. Strike two. He was undefeated. So it took Mauricio Herrera 12 rounds and he lost. So why didn't people say Mauricio Herrera got exposed? Not emotion, facts, bro. Yes, it's clearly emotions. Okay, so I just gave you a strike two. Why didn't no one say Mauricio Herrera got exposed by Jose Benavidez? Because he went the full 12 rounds with Benavidez and lost. So how is it that Crawford takes 12 rounds to knock him out and then everyone's just like, oh, no. It's looking shaky for these people, man. I'm telling you, new media is here. They have to answer to something. They have to answer to a higher power. And that's the ego's army. We're not just settling for just because you said it, it's law. Here, let's wrap this up because you take it forever now. So what would Jose Benavidez have done had he if he never got shot? What would the outcome be? So he was gonna run around the ring? Like, what was he gonna do with his leg? No. Listen, we'll skip that. Let's skip that part. Okay, let's say Jose Benavidez never got shot. So what was he gonna do different? What fight have you seen where Jose Benavidez was galloping around the ring fluidly? You know what I'm saying? Like where he was using, where did he fight before? Okay, Mauricio Herrera was before he got shot in the leg. Okay, cool. So in that fight, when was he using crazy movement, foot speed? Someone said he would throw the leg at Crawford like an axe. Y'all tripping, for real. Y'all tripping. What was he gonna? So what do you think would happen if Benavidez he never got shot in the leg? What would he have done different? Because he was looking to counterpunch. So you're saying if his leg wasn't messed up, then he would just be this Golovkin type of stalk artist, which he didn't show in his previous fights, where he's just gonna stalk you relentlessly and aimlessly. So what are you talking about? See, you see how he can't answer the question? Straightforward question. And here, let me just, if y'all want me to zip, he would have went the distance and pressured, I would say. Okay, so which fight did he show this pressure? Which fight did he show the pressure? So who did he pressure like let's say a Golovkin? What fight did he do that? So name a pre-shooting fight where he showed this relentless Ruslan Provodnikov pressure. So let me know, since you know so much. What fight is that so I could check for it? What fight was Jose Benavidez using this relentless pressure and not doing what he did in the Spence fight? Crickets are us. Exactly. See, it's easier to say it than to actually support it. See, you taking too long. That's how I know you must be. You flabbergasted. Now, if y'all want me to put him in his proper burial, if y'all want me to put him in the hot seat casket, can I get a hell yeah? Can I get a hell yeah? I got him. Now, this is the thing. Jose Benavidez spent 11 rounds. You know, I'm just summarizing the whole fight. Spent 11 rounds trying to taunt and mock Terence Crawford, like acting like the punches didn't hurt him, right? Saying, you can't hurt me. You can't hurt me. But you know, as they say in boxing, the punches that hurt you the most are the ones you don't see coming, right? He did not see the uppercut, therefore he got folded by the uppercut because he didn't see it. And it was a punch that I swear, I don't know if I put it on Twitter, but I swear I was like, man, because I would always suggest shorter fighters do this to a tall fighter, an uppercut, because again, it's hard to see coming when you're 6 foot and your person is slower with the hand speed. So I'm not sure if I put it on Twitter, but I would swear I was like, man, Crawford he should work on the uppercut. You know, but anyway, it's the punch that he didn't see coming that folded him. So leg or not leg or no leg, you mean to tell me had he not got shot, he would have seen the punch coming? You know, because post-fight, Jose Benavidez told me on camera, I got it on my channel. He says, man, I should have had my fucking hands up. I got caught. I got caught. So leg or no leg, it wouldn't have prevented him from seeing that punch come. Crawford has extremely fast hands, and it came from underneath, and he felt he hadn't been hurt through the whole fight, so he underestimated Crawford's ability to hurt him. Period. So even if he had a healthy leg, that didn't have nothing to do with seeing a punch come. Having two healthy legs is not going to give you an additional set of eyes. He didn't see the punch. All right, let's vote. He said took him 12 rounds to knock out a one-legged fighter. Now he's pound for pound over Canelo. Okay, it took 12 rounds. It took 24 rounds, and Canelo didn't knock out Golovkin. What you talking about? If he got an L, put your L's up. I'm tired of looking at his name. Blitzkrieg. If he got an L, put his L's up. So, once again, this is emotion. What nationality are you? Just for shits and giggles, before you get annihilated. What nationality are you? Because it sounds like you're more mad that Canelo is taking a back seat to Crawford. What nationality are you, Blitz? What's your ethnicity? Triple G fought Canelo 24 rounds, and neither one of them knocked each other out. So what you talking about? What's your ethnicity? Don't lie. What's your ethnicity? I hate you, Brea Thomas. He said anti-black. Little black champ. What's your ethnicity? You don't have to answer. You know, we don't force people. I'm just curious. What's your ethnicity? He won't tell. He's gonna be like, I'm black, by the way, too. I'm black, in case you got the black channel. I'm black. What's your ethnicity? Anyway, Look, he said none of your business, bitch. None of yeah. Anyway, the people have voted. Thank you, Mr. No Ethnicity. You have been blocked. Shooters, get rid of him. The fans already voted. He said none of your business, bitch. Exactly. See? They don't want to tell you that. They don't want to tell you. You know how you do little Scantron tests and stuff, and it was like, what ethnicity do you identify with? You see how mad he got? None of your business, bitch. Oh, I love my job. The black channels. You see how he didn't want to cop. He didn't want to his ethnicity is hoe ass. Yeah, he didn't want to reveal that information. This shit is too easy, man. And each and every time you motherfuckers try to, he said, nigga, check other. Wow. Anytime you guys try to debate, not using facts, but using emotion and race and all this extra shit that don't have nothing to do with boxing, good luck. You can't win. New media is here, people. You know, his whole argument was stupid. So it took Crawford, Crawford 12 rounds to knock out a guy, and that's the standard you're holding him to. But it took Canelo 24 rounds to not knock out Golovkin. He never knocked out Golovkin. So what? I mean, how is that? So you're mad at Crawford for taking 12 rounds to do it, but how come Canelo couldn't knock out Chavez Jr.? Chavez Jr., he looked weight drained. You know, if we're just gonna make excuses all day, how did Canelo not knock out Chavez Jr., who was there to, man, if Chavez Jr. fought Andre Ward at that 164.5, Ward would have stopped him, in my honest opinion. So why are you not mad that Canelo couldn't stop Chavez Jr., but you're mad that Terence Crawford did stop the one-legged Jose Benavidez, but he stopped him too late? This shit is so funny, man. This shit is so funny. They're mad because Crawford got a stoppage, but it just it came so late. Shout out to someone for knowing. I know what the Blitzkrieg or whatever the shit his name was. That was a military campaign that they used in Nazi Germany. That's all I knew. That's why I asked him what his ethnicity was, because I'm just curious why your name is Blitzkrieg or whatever the shit is, which is, you know, linked to Nazi Germany for all the people that know their history. That's why he didn't want to answer. None of your business, bitch. It's my business. The black channel. Oh my gosh, we killing these motherfuckers. This is what I'm saying. They don't like these man fans. They don't like it, even if it's the truth. They just don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. So like, here's another thing. If Crawford stopping the one-legged Jose Benavidez in the 12th round, that's still not good, right? Triple G went the distance with the guy that people gave no shot to win and arguably lost versus Daniel Jacobs, and he had been stopped before. And pre-fight, people were saying Danny Jacobs doesn't have a chin that's going to hold up. So how is it that these other dudes, their favorite fighters, aren't held to that standard? You know, you're mad Crawford got a stoppage, but he got it too late. But then you gave Danny Jacobs no shot to shine and said he had a paper chin because he had been knocked out before by Dimitri Perot, right? And then Golovkin never knocked him out. So what about that? He went 12 full rounds. Crawford ended it in 12. Shout out to Brian Thomas. He said he had cancer and wasn't supposed to walk again. Exactly. So how you let, how do you let a person who has been knocked out before, right? How do you let him arguably beat you? See how they don't have the same criticism? That's what I'm saying. A lot of you motherfuckers is holding Crawford to a fake euphoric, like, just like a fake ass standard that you don't hold the fighters you like to. If that's your standard, cool. But let's hold everyone to that. And I said it before and I'm going to keep saying it again. Jose Benavidez unfortunately was shot. Yes, we know. He had issues with his leg. But he didn't have, it's funny how like his leg wasn't bothering him enough to push Terence Crawford to say I'm going to shut his fans up, to call Crawford a bitch, call Crawford's sister a bitch, call Crawford's mama a bitch, to, engage in the banter and the trash talk and say, shut the fuck up, I'm going to knock you out, I'm going to knock you out. His leg was good enough for all that, to engage in that, to help sell the fight, which is cool, no problem. I didn't have a problem with the, Crawford was talking about burritos and he was talking about chicken. They both committed that, crossed like the lines with racial innuendos, so it's cool. It's even. Nobody's crying, whatever. It's, all to sell the fight. I don't think either guy's like a true, oppressive racist. Cool. So the leg was good enough for all that. And then when he loses, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, he lost. Terence Crawford beat a one-legged guy. No, we're not doing that, people. We're not doing that. Because if he would have won, then nobody was going to bring up that leg. So what that stipulates to me, just hear me out, smash the like button too. What that stipulates to me is this. The fight could have only went one way according to these fans. And that's Jose Benavidez winning. Because if he lost, you were always going to bring up that leg issue. You were always going to bring that up. No, I think Mauricio Herrera beat Jose Benavidez when they fought too. So that's proof that these dudes weren't ever going to give. Listen, it's an outcome with two fighters, so it has to, somebody got to win. So let's say Crawford won on a controversial scorecard. Then they would have said, oh, Crawford, he robbed him and all this, right? Or Crawford did what he did and actually got a knockout. Then they say, oh, it's because of his leg. Or Jose Benavidez said, beat him and pulled the upset. Then they would have said, oh, Crawford was overrated. So either way, this is what they try to do. They try to pigeonhole you. They try to pigeonhole you to, no matter what, their narrative, they're trying to make it make sense. That's how this game works. So that, to me, that's proof that they were never going to give Crawford credit, because as soon as Crawford, okay, it didn't look like Crawford was going to necessarily knock him out. It did at points, and then, Benavidez was egging him on and looking tough, and it was already the last round, so we don't really see too many 12th round knockouts. I don't even know how many 12th round knockouts Crawford has in his career. So it looked like it was going to go the distance. But then Crawford, instead of giving him props, see, listen, I'm gonna drop some gems now. This is what I can't stand about these racist and fake ass man fans, because Crawford's out here doing what you claim that you like. What is your point, bro? I'm trying to debate. Hey, shooters, block Jalen Harris. He's desperate and he's begging. Block him immediately. I see him keep coming for me, and block him. You're trying to debate, and I'm trying to have you blocked and escorted out. I don't deal with desperate man fans. Yeah, you can laugh all you want. Watch my shooters come for your head. I promise you. Believe that. So get all the laughs and last minute insults you can out. Yeah, keep commenting, because they coming. Jalen Harris got to go. Yep, get them all out. Get all the comments out you can, because the shooters will come to clap. I'ma come for your mama. Listen, I don't care about no internet back and forth shit. Bow. See, I told him, get all the comments you can. Everybody give Ricky Rick a round of applause. You see it? They want to be on some internet. I'm going to come for your mama. Okay. You know, make sure you tell me that in person when you see me. Anywho, like I was saying, this just goes to show you that they had their mind made up that if their guy didn't win, the guy who they wanted to win or whatever, they were going to revert back to this. Oh, his leg. And, you know, it's just like I said, Jose Benavidez's leg was fine enough for him to push Crawford, to instigate and, you know, taunt Crawford, call Crawford a bitch, say Crawford threw a bitch punch. All that, the leg was good for all that. Everyone bought into the fight. And then as soon as it doesn't go their way, it looked like it was about to go to the cards. And as soon as, you know, the knockout presents itself, oh, it took him long enough. Really? That's the standard now? You know, these dudes, they can't be serious with their rhetoric. Now you're mad that a fight didn't go the distance. Now, let me drop. Y'all want me to drop a gem? Y'all want me to drop a gem? If y'all want me to, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? And smash the like button. We working. We putting in that early morning work. Yeah, Bud's getting a lot of hate. That's why we setting the record straight. Bars. All right, check it. The worst part about these racist ass fans and the man fans is this. Is what Bud did is what they claim they want, right? The racists I'm talking about, like the racist man fans. Floyd Mayweather at an advanced age after moving up 5 weight divisions, he's not ever necessarily going to stop everybody, but he will beat your ass and, you know, outpoint you and stuff like that and make you look silly in there, right? And this is what they say. They say, oh, Floyd's boring. Oh, he doesn't take chances. He doesn't take risks. Crawford had the fight in the bag. He was fighting at home, you know, which is usually in a fight where it was pretty clear to see he was winning. You know, you can pretty much bank that the judges seen it that way too, especially him fighting at home and the crowd favoring him, his ooh and on, his punches on and shit like that, right? Plus, he was clearly winning the fight. Yet and still, he still was trying to get that man out of there in the 12th round. This is what they say that they love, the warrior spirit and guys who take risks and take chances. Crawford, from the opening bell, a guy said he was going to decapitate him and said he threw bitch punches and you got to be faster than that and called his mama bitch. Crawford was gunning for him. You know, Benavidez played the counter puncher. And if you really match intensities, pre-fight buildup, Jose Benavidez did a lot of like talking about what he was going to do, but then his fight style wasn't that of it. Basically his talk was more aggressive than his fight style because he was more counterpunching. Meanwhile, Crawford was the aggressor. He was landing the combinations and shit. Shout out to Ricky Rick for blocking him. Listen, if you got to tell me that you're leaving as opposed to just leaving, my shooters will clap. That's just beyond corny to me. I hate this. I'm leaving. Shout out to Maya. What's up, baby? Anywho, the bottom line is Crawford was fighting aggressive and he was fighting to match what he said. They both promised a knockout, but Crawford was actually fighting more so to knock the opponent out. You know, whereas Benavidez, maybe early on, he was like gunning some shots with counters and stuff. But even late in the fight, he was walking to the back, backing himself to the ropes and then not really doing much there. You know, and not landing like crazy hooks and shit. You know, he wasn't really doing much. You know, and the racist man fans, they talk about what they like and, you know, do all this rah-rah shit. Like even Abel Sanchez. Abel Sanchez promotes this whole Mexican style shit, said black fighters fight in a style that's unpleasing to fans. But Terence Crawford still went after it in the 12th round when he pretty well had the fight in the bag. You know? That shows you his competitive spirit. He was still searching for it, and he did achieve the knockout in the 12th round when he could have easily put it in cruise control and coasted it. Easily. That shows you what type of dog Terence Crawford is. You know? And we got to get back to it. I know it can't just be me, but through Ego's Army and New Media in my works, you know, we're going to keep shedding light on what's real in boxing. A lot of the shit y'all promote, you know, and y'all being man fans and shit, you promote certain guys as runners and yellow-bellied cowards and stuff, and they're out here talking the talk and walking the walk. You know, people said this about Ward. Kovalev's posting 1 million memes and saying he's going to take Ward's head off and Ward's running and all this shit. But when the going got tough, who really ran? It was Kovalev that started backing up. When Ward got dropped in the first Kovalev fight, he got right back up and smiled, literally smiled. I'm not even like saying hypothetical. He literally smiled. You know, smiled and brought the fight to Kovalev. You know, but they feel so small when there's, you know, minorities and just different figures in the sport of boxing who are actually making noise and talking the talk and walking the walk to the point where it makes them feel inferior. So what they try to do is switch the narrative like they always have. You know, the man fans, they try to switch the narrative. So the guy who's going for it, like, and I know this because I've watched Crawford live a couple of times, a bunch of times, really. Same thing with Victor Postol. He was beating Postol's ass. I was in Vegas for that fight, you know, press row. He was still trying to knock him out in the 12th round when he could have clearly just said, fuck it, you know. And he was even egging Postol on, like, come on, come on. And Postol, his only chance to win that fight, because he had already got knocked down twice, I think, his only chance to win that fight would be by knockout. Yet he did not engage enough and oblige and turn things around for himself because he was gun shy and he wasn't willing to commit. He was just content going the distance. And this is Freddie Roach, Mr. Offensive Coaching Master, his fighter at the time, Victor Postol. So to me, that's the part that's the most insulting, is Crawford's out here doing what y'all say y'all like, which is closing the show, good finisher, taking chances. And then they want to nitpick. Oh, he gets hit too much. Oh, it took him long enough. But this is what y'all like. You know, if Crawford just ran around the ring with his arm up like, yeah, I beat him, then you would have been mad at that too. You would have been mad at that, say he was a runner. He didn't want to risk getting knocked out in the 12th, so he ran. But then when he does the opposite, still fights aggressive and then comes up with the uppercut out of nowhere from hell, and that uppercut was nasty. This is why they mad. That uppercut was nasty. Oh my gosh. And the thing I marvel at is the fighter instinct. This man shot the uppercut and he barely, because Benavidez was falling, there's a punch that I tell you, if that would have connected, Benavidez would have probably been out of there, because he threw it with so much force and velocity. That was his follow-up punch. It was yap, wrap. And if that hook would have landed as he was falling, it would have really been a wrap, because he was already discombobulated off of the uppercut because he didn't see it. So that's the most insulting part. So that's why we're always going to restore the feeling in boxing. Y'all sitting up here critiquing Terence Crawford and say it took him long enough for one-legged. Listen, I'm not trying to watch a fight if no matter what you're going to make excuses. So we have to just agree to put all the excuses aside before the fight. I predicted almost this whole year. I predicted they would do this. You know, come up with excuses, just like they always do. Just like if Wilder stretches Tyson Fury. I can't wait. Mark my words, bookmark this video. If Wilder knocks out Fury, the excuses will come out. Oh, Tyson Fury, hey, he's not been the same since Klitschko. Oh, Tyson Fury, he only had 2 tune-up fights. Oh, Tyson Fury. Nope. If Tyson Fury wins, he gets all the credit in the world. If he gets knocked out, he gets knocked out. Shout out to you for taking the fight. End of story. You know, because it's just like a teacher. I got to put my foot down. You know, if a teacher accepts one piddly excuse for why someone's homework is late, then now they open the floodgate. You know, they gotta start accepting all the excuses. Oh, my dog ate my homework. Oh, my sister was up late throwing up, blah, 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 you know? So what we're gonna do right now is just all the excuses, shove them up your ass. You know, I'm not trying to hear about Pacquiao's Toradol. I don't care about his shoulder, unless it's something legit, you know, which is not much. You know, like, no, fuck that. We're not doing none of these bullshit excuses. None of this shit is bullshit. You know, literally, Mike Tyson was upset by Buster Douglas, right? His mom had died a month before. Now, that has to be hard on a fighter. His mom died while he's in training camp. Literally like a couple weeks or a month before the fight. And he upset Mike Tyson. And he got hurt by Mike Tyson and knocked down, and he was given a long count. You know, so how is he able to do it? But then when it comes to Benavidez, you know, Buster Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson, who was the most feared guy in the late 80s. You know, he knocked out late 80s, early 90s, you know. And he knocked him out, and his mom passed. He's still dealing with that and dealing with bereavement in training camp. But then Benavidez got shot, went through rehab, had a couple of tune-ups, 2 or 3 tune-ups, won those tune-ups, and then pressed on the gas and taunted Terence Crawford, called him and his whole family a bitch, pushed him. His leg was good enough for all of that. But then all of a sudden when he loses, we're going to come up with the excuses. All right, David R is in the hot seat. I'm not playing with none of y'all. David R, what don't you understand? You said, what the fuck is that comparison, Ego? What don't you understand about the comparison I just gave? David R, you have one response. If it's something silly, my shooter's on your head. Now, what don't you understand? What don't you get? Buster Douglas, I said Buster Rhymes. Buster Douglas's mom died when he was in training camp. And he still upset Mike Tyson, meaning there was no excuses. Physical versus emotional. Wow. So you don't understand. So somebody permanently losing their life that you love, that brought you into this world, death can be inspirational. You sound like an idiot, bro. You sound like an idiot. So somebody could going through some physical. Okay, so Danny Jacobs, he went through. Okay, we'll use him as an example. He went through cancer wrapping around his spine, and he arguably beat Triple G. You know, he went on to beat Peter Quillen, and he's challenging for a title. So what are you talking about? Mental anguish versus emotional anguish. None of this shit is good. You know, it's just how you perceive it. It is also, and get him out of here. Get David R out of here. See, they want to play dumb like they don't understand what I'm talking about. And then when I ask them about it, put them in the hot seat, they're not talking about anything. Listen, mental anguish, a death in the family could be just as bad as a physical ailment. You know, it doesn't matter. They're both not good things that people want to have to go through. You see how they, oh, what do you mean? Like he don't understand. What I'm saying is not that complex. He had a death in the family and he still upset Mike Tyson. Or I could do examples all day, right? Danny Jacobs had cancer wrapping around his spine. I thought he beat Triple G. He did beat Peter Quillen when he was undefeated. And now he's challenging Derevchenko for a title. So he's already defied the odds. So I gave you an example of mental anguish and a physical. You know, it doesn't matter. So how is Jacobs, they said he would never be able to walk again. What happened to why didn't he lose to Peter Quillen? And then we made up a bunch of excuses saying Jacobs had cancer wrapped around his spine. You guys can't win this one with these dumb, frail-ass arguments. How was Danny Jacobs ever able to become a version of a champion and arguably become a full version of a champion if he beats Derevyanchenko after cancer wrapped around his spine? But Jose Benavidez, we're going to use the leg injury. How is Crawford a champion and he got shot in the fucking head? You guys can't win this. Crawford's been shot in the head. So why didn't Benavidez knock out him like he said he was going to do? And then the Crawford fans are using the excuse, oh, but Crawford was shot in the head. You see? They both been shot and shot at. They both had, you know, I'm sure hard lives and, you know, different things they had to overcome. Listen, that's the thing with boxing. That's what makes it a glorious sport. Everybody had ailments and different things and different upbringings. Floyd Mayweather got robbed in the Olympics. That could have been enough to discourage people. You know, people get on drugs. Floyd's daddy was in jail when he was coming up. He had an estranged relationship with his dad. All that shit get to you. Physical, non-physical, mental, it don't matter. You know, Crawford got shot in the head. Benavidez got shot in the leg. These are the fighters. This is the life of guys who come out of the struggle, you know. You deal with different things. I have a story. You guys have a story. I've been through some shit, you know. It just comes with the territory. Nobody wished that upon Benavidez and wanted him to get shot in the leg. No one wanted Crawford to get shot in the head. It's just part of their story, you know. But what we're not going to do is make up all these million excuses. Like I said, if Benavidez stopped Crawford, then imagine people just saying, oh, Crawford got shot in the head a couple years back ago. You know what I mean? Crawford was dominating guys. So if he would have stopped, you know, we can't just fall back on him getting shot years before. Hey, Boxingego, mad respect for you. I've been watching Deontay boxing. That fool don't know as much as you. Ha ha ha. I don't even know what that means, but shout out to you. Ego used to be in the streets. He a changed man now. 100 respect. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people did silly shit when they were young. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But at the end of the day, you have to grow from it. And, you know, all these things make you stronger. Like, we could go down the list. A lot of fighters had physical, you know, mental things. Like Wilder, he had a broken hand just a few fights ago. And he just beat Luis Ortiz, you know. So why didn't he lose to Luis Ortiz? And then we just say, oh, Wilder lost because his hand ain't been the same since the Chris Arreola fight where he broke it. That's why it doesn't make sense to make all these excuses up. Period. Man, guys came back from vicious knockouts like Pacquiao and went on to do great things. No, I'm not breaking down Crawford Spence unless it looks like it's about to happen. Like I said, I talk a lot, you know, on my channel and whatnot. So I'm not in the business of wasting my breath. So if it looks like they're close to making it or it's happening, then I'll elaborate, because timing is everything in the sport. So I don't want to give a fight prediction now and then Errol Spence or Crawford fight and this and that happens in the fight. That could all change my perception of it. So I like to wait closer to it looking realistic. Wilder's hand ain't been the same since he punched that mascot. Hey, y'all tripping. Anyway, I'm out of here. I might do another live in a little bit. Peace out. Make sure you guys have a good day, and stop with the excuses. Save that. We not buying it. New media. Death Row East. Believe in that.